Greetings to you, my highly esteemed Module 9 participants, my honorable colleagues. Are we ready for practical number 7? I trust that, as always, we are poised to move forward with excellence. Forward ever, backward never. My name is Joy AEC. It is an honor to be with you again for our practical number 7. Today, Sunday, 22nd September 2024, we shall delve into another important topic. What is this topic? It is the review process, navigating your way to grant success. Are you ready? Good. So let us begin. Colleagues, by the end of this session, you will be able to identify the 3 key stages of the grant review process. Critically assess at least 2 grant proposals using a predefined rubric. You'll be able to revise grant proposals to address identified weaknesses and enhance alignment with funding agency priorities. Create a strategic revision plan for a previously rejected grant proposal, incorporating reviewers' feedback. And finally, you will be able to craft a 2 to 3 page grant proposal that clearly articulates the research objectives, methodology, and expected outcomes. What do we mean by the review process? The review process is a crucial step in the journey of securing a research grant. It is where your proposal is carefully examined to see if it deserves the financial backing to make your research project a reality. Understanding how this process works can make a big difference in how your proposal is received, increasing your chances of getting the funding you need. Now, what do we mean by the review structure? The review process typically unfolds in a series of stages, each with its own focus and criteria. Let's break it down for easy comprehension. The first checkpoint is what we call the initial screening. This is where proposals are checked to ensure they meet the basic requirements set by the funding body. This includes eligibility criteria and adherence to submission guidelines. Proposals that do not meet these criteria are filtered out early, which is why it is so important to follow the guidelines closely and meticulously. If your proposal passes the initial screening, it moves on to peer review. This peer review stage is where experts in your field take a deep dive into your proposal, evaluating its scientific merit, feasibility, and potential impact. This stage is actually the heart of the review process, as the experts assess the quality and significance of your research. After the peer review section, the funding body makes the final call. They consider the reviewer's evaluations and also look at how well the proposal aligns with their strategic goals and available budget. That is why we call this the final decision making. Now, let's take a closer look at the peer review process and the second crucial stage. The peer review stage is where your proposal is put under the microscope. It is an in-depth evaluation by specialists who judge how well your research aligns with the funding body's priority. We need to understand the criteria with which this evaluation is made. We call it evaluation criteria. Reviewers assess your proposal based on several key factors, one of which is originality and innovation. Is your research bringing new ideas to the table? The other is impact potential. How likely is it that your research will make a meaningful contribution to your field or society at large? Then, methodological rigor. Is your research design sound and feasible? They also want to check how well your research team qualifications are. Do you and your team have the experience and skills needed to carry out the project? Remember, we emphasized the qualifications of the team in our last video. This is important. The next will be the budget justification. The budget justification is where the reviewers will take a dive to the budget and how reasonable they are. Are they well justified for the scope of your project? Next is alignment with funding priorities. How well does your proposal fit with what the funding agency is looking to support? Apart from this, another important factor worth mentioning is the feedback and its role. Whether your proposal is funded or not, the feedback from reviewers is incredibly valuable. It goes to insights into what worked well and what could be improved, which is crucial for refining your approach in the future. The third important stage is decision making, from review to funding. The final decision on your proposal is made after careful consideration of the reviewer's feedback. Based on the peer review, your proposal may receive full, partial, or no funding. Sometimes proposals that show potential but need more work might be encouraged to revise and resubmit. You will receive official communication about the outcome. If your proposal is funded, you will get details on the grant terms. If not, the feedback provided can guide your revisions for future submissions. What follows after this is revisions and resubmissions. It is the path to success. If your proposal is not funded on the first try, do not see it as a failure. Understand that failure is not the falling down, but it is the staying down. So you must not stay down. See it as an opportunity to improve and try again. Take the feedback from your reviewers seriously. Use it to refine your proposal, whether that means clarifying your objectives, strengthening your methodology, or better aligning with the funding agency's goals. Then you resubmit. Persistence is key. Each time you revise and resubmit your proposal, it becomes sharper and more aligned with what the funding agency is looking for. This persistence often pays off in subsequent funding cycles. The question now is, what are the best practices for navigating the review process? To succeed in the review process, it is not about having a great research idea. It is also about how well your present idea addresses. It is also how well you present that idea and address the needs of the reviewers. We recommend that you do the following points I am going to enumerate. Number 1, know your reviewers. It is important that you understand who will be reading your proposal so you can tailor it to meet their expectations. Write clearly and concisely, balancing technical detail with accessibility. Number 2, be thorough and precise. Make sure your proposal is complete, well organized, and free of errors. A proposal that flows logically and is easy to follow stands out in the review process. And number 3, respond constructively to feedback. This means you should use any feedback you receive to make your proposal even stronger. Address the concerns raised by reviewers and show that you are committed to excellence. Yes, commitment to excellence is the key. Colleagues, it is time for break. Let us relax and continue. Dear participants, it's break time. Let's relax. During this break period, we shall examine 2 different expressions in our use of English in Nigeria. The first is, sign your signature here. I was at a bank some days ago, and the manager handed over some documents to me and said, in his exact words, sign your signature here. I want us to understand that sign your signature is a common error in the use of English in Nigeria. It is a grammatical blunder. Yes, because sign and signature do not co-occur in English. You sign your name or you append your signature. You can also say, put down your signature here, but not sign your signature. The second expression is, I kept the bag at the extreme end of the room. Many Nigerians, including well-educated ones, mistakenly believe that the phrase extreme end is tautological. They view it as bending corner. Although bending corner is tautological, extreme end is a correct collocation in the English language. It means the furthest possible end. Standard dictionaries such as Collins, Longman, and Cambridge confirm its correctness with examples such as the extreme end of the room, the extreme end of the road, extreme point, extreme limit, extreme end. Although this revelation may surprise those who have held the wrong impression for years, it is important to consult reliable dictionaries to validate its proper usage. I suppose this misconception is the mistake of a teacher in a classroom, perhaps many years ago. To have it corrected today is a Herculean task. You see, when an engineer makes a mistake, a bridge may collapse. When a doctor makes a mistake, a patient may die. But when a teacher makes a mistake, it affects generations yet unborn. In summary, colleagues, sign your signature is bad English. Don't say it. But extreme end is good English. Use it where applicable. Participants, now our break is over. Let's get back to the classroom. The big question at this moment is, what is the practical for this lesson? Our practical is crafting a winning grant proposal peer review simulation. Our objective is to simulate the peer review process and enhance your ability to craft compelling grant proposals that meet funding criteria. As you can see, this practical has a number of steps. The first step is grant proposal review. In this step, you will be provided with 2 sample grant proposals. One that has been accepted by a funding agency and another that has been rejected, along with the reviewer's feedback. Now listen attentively for the instructions. You are expected to carefully read both proposals. Using the predefined grant review rubric provided, you critically assess the quality of both proposals. Your focus should be on identifying the strengths and weaknesses of each proposal in relation to clarity of research objectives, alignment with the funding agency's priorities, methodology used, and expected outcomes of the project. Fill in the review rubric for each proposal, making sure to provide a score and detailed comments for each section. Now, these 2 proposals are attached to this email as instructional materials. The second step, it is called revision of the rejected grant proposal. The task is review the feedback provided by the reviewers for the rejected proposal. And here are the instructions. Based on the feedback, create a strategic revision plan that outlines the following. 1. Key areas for improvement. Identify the specific parts of the proposal that need changes. And then you detail the changes you would make to address the feedback and enhance the proposal's chances of success. The second instruction says, align the proposal revisions with the funding agency's priorities, ensuring that your plan addresses their expectations. We move to the third step. The first step is grant proposal writing. And the task is to write or revise a 2 to 3 page mini grant proposal based on either a new research project idea or the revised version of the rejected proposal from step 2. Listen again for the instruction for this step. The proposal must include the following: a title, and this title should be clear and concise. It will reflect the essence of the project. Research objectives. Clearly define what the research aims to achieve. The methodology. Here you will outline how the research will be conducted, including methods, tools, and resources. And finally, you give the expected outcomes. You will specify the tangible results expected from the research. Ensure that your proposal is clear, focused, and aligns with the funding agency's guidelines. You are required to complete all 3 steps and submit your work via the designated platform. Remember that the deadline for submission of our practicals is usually on a Saturday. This one will be submitted on or before Saturday, 28 September 2024, 12 noon Nigerian time. The submission format. All documents should be submitted in PDF format with clear titles such as Proposal Review Rubrics, Strategic Revision Plan, and 2 to 3 page grant proposal. It is important you understand the evaluation criteria. Your work will be evaluated based on the following: critical analysis, how well you assessed the proposal using the rubric; strategic planning, the depth and clarity of your revision plan in addressing reviewers' feedback; and proposal quality, clarity, structure, and alignment with funding agency priorities in your grant proposal. I want to believe that this practical is clear. Thank you. At this moment, colleagues, we've come to the end of this practical. If you have any questions or you need further clarification, please feel free to reach out or you send me an email, okay? Good luck. We look forward to seeing your insightful reviews and strong grant proposals. Let this be an opportunity to sharpen your skills and prepare for future grant success. Best wishes. See you next time. Bye.